Well, good evening, everyone. And I have to start off with doing one thing. That's better. Very sorry for the slight delay. For some reason, my machine updated an OS and updated a version of the browser and then didn't talk to anything else. In the meantime, Paul has clearly gone to do something we can't do for him. But for now, my name's James Ivy, and over there somewhere, will very soon, once he's been from a tactical that's not very tactical, but Mr. Paul Drew, you are very welcome to episode 179 of the Studio Rant Q&A live. Here he is, about blimmin' time too.
Hold on, let me just do this. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
It was rather funny. It did track you as you went out the door to the toilet.
Had to go for a wee. Right. Yeah. So yes, James it's always you. It's always your system that plays.
I've had to go onto a different browser.
No one cares. No one cares about your browser business. Right. What's going on?
Well, traditionally we start with Mr. Drew. What have you been up to?
Well, a bit of a crappy week so far. Spent. When was it? What night is it tonight? Monday night, sleeping in the car.
What?
Oh yeah. So just in case anyone doesn't know, my son has a heart condition, and he had chest pains on Monday. So we're rushing down the hospital. So I had the dog in the car. So
I thought Catherine kicked you out for a minute.
And then yes, it's a viral infection, but we were just on a bit of a panic. So I was sleeping in the car, and it was absolute crap. But I managed to. I was a bit panicky because there's a piece of gear coming out tomorrow that is really exciting that I can't show until tomorrow. But 2:00 UK time it goes live.
Cool.
Really cool thing. So yeah, I was panicking that I wasn't going to get that video shot, and I've just been working my butt off, and I've managed to do that. And I bought and sold a couple of guitars. We can talk about that in a minute.
Exciting. I can talk about what I've been buying today as well.
Nice. Yeah, that's about it really. It's been, living the dream, as it were.
Nice.
Oh no, not only that. As well as sleeping in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I would say my wife did this, but she would probably say that I did this.
Right.
Keys in the door, and as we were leaving to go to the hospital, in a panic.
Snap the key.
No. The keys got stuck. The keys got left in the back end of the door. So we closed the door, couldn't get back in any of the doors.
Oh no!
It was just the worst. It's the worst Monday ever. And yeah, it's been a bit of a crap. It's been a bit of a crap week, but all good now.
Awesome. Back on track, and the little man's all right.
Yes, he's all right. He's all right. He's not feeling too fruity, but he's all right.
He's home.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Home.
Good. Best place for him.
Mm-hmm. What about yourself?
Well, I was in sunny Colchester over the weekend for cheer, only to phone home and then find out that my daughter sounds like she'd been smoking 60 a day for the last 10 years. She's got a throat infection, and how can I put this most delicately? Jake, you know the song, "Baby, love really hurts without you." Yeah. Well, you know the alternative lyrics to that.
Of course I do. Yes, of course I know the alternative lyrics to that.
So yeah, that was a fun one. So first thing Monday morning, straight to the quack with him. So that was fun. And then Monday, Kurt was over.
All right, excellent.
To shoot the photographs of the studio for the new website.
Oh,
and you will notice.
Well, it's sort of semi-tidy.
No. I mean, I've had to get some stuff out because I'm working again, but it's tidy. I mean, like, watch this. Not clattering into anything on the floor, not bashing into anything, not tripping over leads and cables. It's tidy, it's lovely, and it's staying that way as well.
Nice.
So yeah, that was quite good. And then yesterday was taken over by school things. It was the nativity play yesterday. So, of course, being that dad, I had to go and video that. And then today I've been shooting some video and writing some songs and stuff. So all good. And buying stuff in the auctions. But we'll get to that.
I didn't even know it was on. I'm a bit gutted that I might have missed something.
There was a couple of good things that got away. Had I had some actual money,
yeah,
I could have been really naughty.
Right. Okay.
But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
It could have been properly dangerous, but yeah, interesting nonetheless. So yeah, all good, but all good. Basically, all exciting and good and lovely and things.
Nice. So we can do some business.
Pardon?
We're going to do some business.
Yeah, should we crack on?
Yeah.
I'm just going to get into there, and I shall start at the top. The whole world has joined in this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, wherever we are. It's all good. Boom, go.
Al says, "Good evening, gents and Rat fans. Hope everyone is well. Anybody get a decent purchase from the G&H auction?" I didn't even know it was on. I'm gutted that I didn't know.
I think I did. We'll talk about them in a minute, but I think I did quite well, about 4 times quite well. But we'll get to that.
Tony says, "Hey Rats, hope all are well. Look like I might get to watch the entire show today. Do you have an experience you can share using an Ernie ball delay or overdrive expression pedal?" Never tried them. I think they look awesome. Built like brick outhouses.
I've used the volume and expression pedals, and they're amazing because you could run a truck over them and they'd be fine.
The only thing is, you never see them on anyone's board.
You see them on, because they're so big.
Yeah,
they're physically huge. You tend to only see them on touring boards, like for Lukather uses them and people like that.
Oh well, I guess he would, because he's
an early ball endorsee. But I mean, I've seen them on kind of gigging pros boards and gone, wow, these are epic, and they go, yeah, they are, and they're heavy as hell.
I've never seen one on a gigging pros board.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Why am I so? Hold on, I need to sort out my
Why are you so?
I need to adjust my
grey.
Oh, it is a bit grey. I'm just trying to work out my.
I think you're suffering like me with rosy lips. Have you a bit chapped?
Maybe it is that time of year. I didn't notice.
I look like I've been wearing lipstick for the last few days because of
a little bit pinker. God, that's making. They are red, aren't they?
Yeah.
Damn! Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, go back to that one. Go back. No, I like a bit. Let's do with that. Okay, that'll do. Right. Keith says, "Afternoon all from a cloudy Michigan. Evening, Keith." Nab says, "Hi, awesome shoot rats. My PRSs are strung with 10s. My Strat and Telly are strung with 9s. Thinking of trying 9.5s. Have you tried them? Would they make any difference in playability? Cheers." Yes, they definitely would. So yes, I have tried 9.5s. I tend to stick away from them because
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah. I tend to stick away from them because you can't get them. If you get used to them, and that's what you want to play, and then you have a panic and you go into a guitar shop, you've got a gig coming up, and you go into a crappy little town guitar shop and they don't stock them, you're stuffed. You don't really have to do a lot of intonation adjustments with 9.5s, I found. But personally, I mean, I just use 10s on everything. And yes, different scale lengths are different, and different guitars feel differently. So I don't know what PRSs you've got, but your PRSs are probably different scale length, more like a Les Paul sort of scale length than your Strat and Telly. But I just tend to go 10s across the board because I know that I can get 10s, and I adjust for each guitar as in playing and stuff. The only thing is, if you're used to playing a Strat or a Telly and you're bending, and then you immediately pick up a Les Paul, you end up like going a little bit too far. But you see,
your camera just did.
Yeah.
I must admit, as someone who changes guitars, off like during a song or per song for tracking up and stuff, I don't think I notice it. I mean, I use 10s across the board as well, and I just know it. You know, I know that different guitars feel different.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there are lots of guitar players that do that switch between different string thicknesses for depending on what guitar. But I tend to buy those big boxes of strings, like the NYXLs, and they cost a lot of money, like 150 quid or whatever for a box. So I'm going to use those. You know what I mean? I'm not going to buy 2 boxes, one for
The only guitar that I've strung differently, sorry, let me speak vaguely the King's English, is the Ibanez, the jazz box, because I've put 11 flat wounds on it.
Oh, put flats on it, nice.
Yeah, and it sounds that proper kind of Barney Kessel kind of that proper jazz sound. It sounds great.
Awesome.
No top end whatsoever.
That's the thing. I can't get used to. I like a little bit of clarity. I like flats on basses.
And flats in Dagenham, of course.
Absolutely. Jeff Cook, good morning from Brisbane. It's about 28 degrees. 6 a.m. heading for the low 30s for about the 10th consecutive day. Hope everyone's well and happy. Wow.
I could do with some of that.
Yeah, that's some business, isn't it? Pets says, evening all, hope everyone is well. Rafa says, hey all, hey Rafa. David Ecroft, hiya David. Steve Cassidy, evening from Dundee. Scorchy as always. It does get hot up there, especially in this time of year. Has someone got caught short? Gone for poo?
Poo. God.
Howdy from you know where? Howdy came up
Florida. They're all talking to themselves again, which is very lovely. There's some
Jeff says the Pete Thorne isn't coming after 14 months. The store that said they can't get them anymore because they're no longer a cert. What? How out of order is that?
That's very out of order.
I was so upset that I found a Sir Bella reverb combo and said, that's really bad. That shouldn't matter. If you've ordered the guitar at that store and they've put the order in, they should still be able to get that order. You know what's happened? They haven't paid a bill.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, they haven't paid a bill, and Sir have turned around and said, well, we'll take back your dealership. And they'll go, oh.
Do you know what I would do? I would contact Sir direct, and I would see if they've got any sympathy.
Yes, that would be my shout. Go direct. Play the I've been waiting for X number of months card.
Yeah, because Jeff's been waiting ages for that.
You've got nothing to lose, and an email to Sir generally goes to Sir himself. Sir.
Yeah, well, you'd say that. I've sent Sir a couple of messages recently, and I've had nothing back from them. So
you haven't spent money directly.
Fair enough.
And he also says,
the Bella's not very nice. It's only been here 5 minutes, and the hand-wide deluxe reverb and Princeton already have inferiority complexes. Not very nice. So is he saying it is nice, or the Bella's?
I think he's saying it is nice. The Bella's not very nice. It's been only for 5 minutes. The hand-wide deluxe reverb. I'm not sure there, Jeff. Does that mean you like it, or does it mean you don't like it?
Or maybe means the
other round don't like it.
Yes, I think maybe that's what he means.
Yeah.
Rafa says, guitar, got a bunch of Pete Thorns if you're in the UK. There you go. Came up a piece. Cool here today, 20 degrees.
Oh, what I'd give for 20 degrees.
Nice, isn't it? Evening all says Shep, evening Shep.
I'm going to put this one in just because.
Rafa, my ancestors were kicked out of the UK and sent to a horrible colony known as Australia. Vinnie the Axe, hi all, hi Vinnie. Rafa says, I trade tech lessons for guitar lessons. Steve Cassidy guitar.
Oh, good shout. I've done that with people.
Nice.
Drum lessons for Sibelius lessons was mine.
Daniel Early, greetings from sunny North Carolina. How is the TSR 20 amp selling?
It is selling.
It's selling.
I'll be honest, it's not selling as I hoped. It is selling as I expected, but it's not selling as I hoped. But we are, orders are being placed, and Dennis and the team at Cornell are, I'd say, frantically soldering, but not at 8:20. They're not. But the early orders will go. Those who committed early and went for the, took the plunge, will get their amps before Christmas, which is great.
Nice.
We're very excited for them to be out in the world.
That's not a long time, is it?
No,
not a long time. Rafa, Jeff Cook jokes on the Crown as now Brits flee to Australia. Ha ha.
We certainly do. You have the weather, but you also have spiders and snakes. So,
big nasty ones as well.
Yes.
Thomas says, good afternoon, Rats. Just ordered an HB Harley Benton CST24. That's like your one, I guess. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
Curiosity got the better of me. I want to check out against my PRS. Any thoughts on that guitar? Yeah,
it's a really good guitar.
I've got to be honest. So I bought this week. You've seen it in a video. I bought a McCarty 594 wood library. Do you see that guitar that I bought?
Yeah, beautiful. Looks beautiful.
Oh no, it's a stunning guitar, and it had a flame maple neck at the back. I've got some pictures actually I can show. Bored to tears with it. As soon as I picked it up, it was just like, no, it played great, sounded good. I was just like,
do you not think that is just the problem with PRS?
No, I've done a video on this. I've done a video on it. I think because that's a wood library one. That one, I mean, I got it secondhand, and I got it for a steal. I bought it from Coda Music, and it was up for £3,800. And I thought, do you know what? I'm not sure if I want it. I'll offer them $3,000 for it. And they straight away came back and went yes. So I was like, oh wow. So got it. It was just, I don't know. It was a wood library, so it's above the core range. It had like best bits of it. It was a wood library 10 tops, limited edition. Came with the artist case, whatever they call it, the top, the paisley case.
Yeah.
Really nice, really nice. Looked great. Just played it. It was. I don't know what it was. Just absolutely.
So while you're slagging it off online, have you sold it yet?
No, I sent it back.
You sent it back?
Yeah, I sent it back to Coda.
And what was your reasoning behind sending it back? This guitar's got no life, no soul, no nothing.
Yeah, I played it against my hollow body, and I've done a video on this as well, saying what I think the problem is with wood library and private stock PRSs. But yeah, my hollow body, it's great. It's got character. It's a really great guitar. And this one was just like, it was just picking up it just had no. I'm trying to think the right word for it. I had no vibe to it. I had no soul.
Allowed to say it was like picking up a Harley Benton.
No, but that was my point. The Harley Benton, was great, and it had it just had no soul to it. I can't explain it. But that's not me saying that all PRSs are like this, because I love that hollow body one.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's like I never really got on with that SAS. It's a great guitar.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I don't know. I guess instruments have to move me at an emotional level.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that sounds ridiculous from someone who plays or hits drums for a living. But that you do have to have a certain synergy with an instrument and an amp and a whatever. And if you don't get it, there's no amount of changing the strings and changing the pickups and putting yada yadas on that's going to change that.
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree. So anyway, I bought a Nick Huber Krautster.
Yeah.
Which is like it's a bit like a Gibson Les Paul Special.
Right.
Yes. And one came up on eBay for a bargain price. I just went, oh, I've got to have that. So PRS has gone back. This is arriving tomorrow, the next day.
Cool. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Cheeky. Good evening, gentlemen. What's that? What the hell is that thing?
That looks like a civet.
Is it a civet? That'd have your leg off, that would, wouldn't it? Look at that.
That civet's the ones where Cope Lowback coffee comes from, isn't it?
No, that's not civet. That looks like a well, in anything. If that's pooping out my coffee, I'm staying well away from that coffee.
I am the price of the bloody stuff.
Civets aren't vicious. That thing looks like it'll have your arm off. Anyway,
we digress. We're good at that.
DMAC. Hey guys, cool video on the Boss IR2. Thanks, DMAC. I like the form factor of the IR2, but like the tactile setting options you can do on the IR200. Any pros, cons, recommendations for either? Well, you're going to get more with the IR200.
The IR2 looks amazing.
Yeah, it's a great little pedal. You know, I think it's a great thing for me. It's a perfect thing if to have in your gig bag just in case something goes down.
As a disaster averter.
And it sounds great. And yeah, you can do loads with it. I was really impressed with it. Really, really good. I would still go for the R200 if you can afford the R200 because you can just do a bit more with it. But you know, for those that haven't got the space, maybe on their board or the funds, I don't even know what the R2 costs.
Not the same as the IR200, that's for sure.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, I would have thought it'd be more reasonable. But Boss do make good stuff.
They do.
Hey, Michael P. to Paul. Thanks, mate. The wonders of parenthood. Absolutely. Absolutely. Paul, sending healing for your son, wishing better days ahead. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. On the guitar front, added the GFI duophony to my board to run the Dream 65 and Ruby together. Really cool serial parallel pedal path. Interesting. Nice.
Speaking of Boss stuff, as we were, do hold. Ready? Hang on. I have to move this guitar out of the way because otherwise this won't work.
Okay. Hey, just while he's making sexy noises, we talk about this later on as well. This little box here. Oh, what's going on there?
Oh, you can't see it.
There it is. It's the Wazza 4x12.
It's enormous.
It is enormous, isn't it?
It's so much bigger than a 1960A cab. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a big old lump, isn't it?
It's huge. But I tell you what, it sounds cracking.
Oh yeah, I bet it does.
You have to come over and play with it. So this is gone. This has been sold.
Has it?
Yeah.
One.
At last, to be replaced by something we'll talk about in a minute. But I just wanted to show the fact that I've actually managed to get this Wazza 4x12 into the studio at last.
Nice one.
It is ridiculous. And what's interesting about it, is I've always said that all 4x12s, all four speakers sound different.
Yeah.
Not on that, they don't.
No. The Boss perfected that.
It's just a really big wall of noise.
Yeah, that's got 4 Wazzas on it. That's a good cab. That.
I still always want to go Wazza.
Yes. Kvikok says, hope your son recovers quickly, Paul. Thanks, mate. Kids bounce back as quickly as they get sick. Was going to ask a gear question. How does the Tweed amp model on the Boss R2 compare to the one on the R200? I think it's the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same modeling. I could be so wrong, but as far as I know, it's the same.
It would make sense.
I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same. What are you drinking, by the way?
So when I was in Paris last week, I took advantage of duty free on the way home.
But what is it?
10-year-old Macallan.
Oh, it looks really pale.
It's iced down, but it's down to the ice now. But
nice.
Yes, it's my James Bond tipple of choice.
Nice.
Yes.
Hollywood says, if Lee pops along later, did he prefer the Harley Benton guitar or his jet guitar? The Harley you showed last week. Yes, he might be in later on.
Yeah. Oh, I will let me just post the link because everyone who's watching by now doesn't need the link. You don't need the link.
You don't. So you don't need to click on the link unless you want to come on the show.
If you want to join us, click the link. Make sure you're somewhere quiet and you can chat. Yes. You don't need the link to watch.
I will laugh in a minute.
I will laugh such a lot.
Got on my lips.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Oh no.
You look gorgeous.
Yeah. Lee, there he is. Lee says Hollywood, they're both great. There we go.
Awesome.
Hollywood says, if you had to choose one, which? Just had the Thornbucker fitted to my £100 cheap used jet. Sounds immense. Can't beat a Thornbucker. I love Thornbuckers. I'm thinking I'm going to be changing the on the God, I nearly panicked then. I nearly panicked.
That's so
yeah, I'm thinking of change. Well, and I think I'm probably going to be changing the pickup on the Nick Hoover because I think it's going to be a bit high output for me, but we'll see. Right. Okay. So who's first?
Danny. Please welcome to the show, Vinnie the Axe.
Whoa, yo! Oh,
What's up,
Vinnie,
guys?
he's in a new place. He's in a different location.
Different angle.
Vinnie, just before you talk. Sorry, mate. Dan C, who's also waiting in the chat. Can you turn your camera on, please, mate, so we can make sure that you're not going to expose.
Do a 5-star on us.
What's a 5-star?
Do you know when back in the day of kids' TV, there was some 5-star were being interviewed on TV, and this guy said, "So you're through to 5-star," and he said, "Oh, great to talk to you. Why is it you're so let rip?" And Sarah Green did not know what to do other than cut him off. It was very fun.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
But
sorry,
we have those sort of problems.
How you doing, Vinnie? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
I heard you got the Krauster.
Well, yes, yeah, because I saw your guitar. It was your guitar that sort of that was pushing me in that direction. I went, "Ooh, a single coil, like a special sort of."
Yeah, I've owned 2 of them. They're fantastic.
Oh, are they? Why'd you get rid of them though?
The neck profile was pretty fat on them.
That's what I like.
And I thought that was causing a lot of like arm stuff, but to be honest with you, I think it was all in my head. I think it's just I usually play standing up, and lately I've been playing sitting down for the last couple of months and putting my arm in a different position in the chair, and I think that's what's causing this angle. And so I probably got rid of a lot of guitars that I thought was the problem and wasn't the problem at all, to be honest with you.
Oh no.
But they are fantastic. They are really, really good guitars, and the necks are something to be said. And the guy knows how to build a guitar. And from what I understand, I guess Paul Reed Smith was like his protege, or he was Paul Reed Smith's protege.
Was he?
Yeah, Nick Huber, I guess when he was younger, brought a bunch of prototypes to the States and met with Paul Reed Smith and was showing him some of his ideas. And Paul was pretty honest with him and said, "Hey, like, this is not right. You need to go like back and fix this." And he would come back a year later and be like, "What do you think?" He was like, "This is great, but this is not so hot. You might want to look at doing something like this." And, not to say that Nick has to give all the credit, but I did some research on it. And I guess Paul Reed Smith was an influence for him.
Great.
So, and their guitars are like, if you look at the back of the neck on those guitars, they're unreal. And I've almost bought another one, but then I found the Rock and Roll Relics, and I was just kind of like, that seems to fit the bill too. Let me try that. And I'm quite pleased with that.
And did you find that the bridge humbucker on the Krauster was a bit over the top?
Yeah, that was the other reason why I got rid of them. I didn't, everybody's subjective with this. I did not care for the pickups.
Yeah,
I don't like them. And when you got like a $4,000 guitar, $5,000 guitar, I don't like to wrench on them because I look at them as investments, like we talked about last time. And I don't want to wrench on the guitar and change the pickups out. It seems to me like it loses its value in my head. Yeah. So I don't know.
Totally. Agreed.
And then I did get the custom shop Strat in, which is fantastic.
Oh, let's have a look at it. Let's have
Yeah,
butchers.
and yeah, let me talk about the frets on it. I'm on my laptop this time, so you can actually see something instead of the iPad.
Oh, look at that.
So
Nice.
allegedly on the bill sheet, these are supposed to be 6105s.
Yeah.
These are the fattest 6105s I've ever seen, unless my idea of 6105s is nuts.
They
That's not.
do look like
They look like 6150s to me.
Yeah, they're the same as what I've got on my black strat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the same. They're the same frets. They're massive, aren't they? I love them personally. I love those frets. Has it got the dreaded Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge?
It does. However, this
Right.
one sounds good.
Does it?
I had full intentions of ripping this thing out.
Yeah.
And I do not like the JB because usually it's very mid-rangey, snarly.
Yeah.
It sounds really nice. The only thing is obviously the power on it, the volume levels of that pickup is so high in comparison to the custom wound Fat 60s that I kind of had to adjust it. I couldn't get the volumes completely level because I would have to sink the humbucker in too low and lose the dynamics of the pickup.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it sounds great because I just got the Marshall Silver Jubilee head.
oh
And it sounds killer on that too.
Yeah.
And you know, so here's what happened with, if you got a sec, I'll tell you about the Silver Jubilee thing. So I watched Rick Beato's interview with Joe Bonamassa, right? And Joe Bonamassa is plugged directly into a Silver Jubilee head and cab. And of course, he's noodling on it through the whole thing. And I'm like, you know, Joe Bonamassa could probably plug into a trash can and sound good. So I was fully aware of that. But I'm listening to the tone of this amp and I'm going, wow, man, that amp sounds really good. Because last time we talked, I'm like, I never really dug Marshall because I owned like a Class 5, I've owned an Origin and owned a DSL. And I didn't like any of those. And it wasn't what I thought it was.
they're not.
You know?
They're not proper. They are Marshalls, but they're not proper Marshalls.
Right. The only cool one that I ever owned was a JVM1, which was a little 1 watt made in England head. That was cool, but I sold it because I had some other practice stuff, so I got rid of it. So I'm listening to this demo, and I'm like, man, or not demo, this interview, and I'm like, man, that thing sounds like exactly what I think a Marshall should sound like in my head. And I was thinking, you know, expectation versus reality. You know, I'm gonna get it. It's gonna suck because it's me playing through it, right? So I start looking at demos. Well, Paul, I come across yours, right? And I'm like, damn, I'm like, that thing, I mean, you play great too. So I'm like, that thing sounds really damn good. I'm like, I'm going to take a chance, screw it. So I bought the head. I didn't get the cabinet yet, but I put it on the 210 Magnatone cabinet that I have on hand here. And oh my God, does it sound fantastic. So much so that my observations are this. Not only does the overdrive channel sound great, which I was expecting it to, but the clean channel on that amp sounds absolutely outstanding. And I've been noodling back and forth on it, and man, I've been on the clean channel more than I've been on the drive channel. I love the sound of this amp. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, it's great. Did you get the studio version?
Yeah, I got the studio. Yeah, because I can't 100 watts, man. What am I going to do with that? You know?
Yeah. I think they do a 50. No, it's great. I think that's it's such a funny thing because people, when you do videos on the any sort of Jubilee amps, whether it's the big ones or the little ones, people always go, well, it hasn't got a valve in the preamp section, or it's got a transistor based or a FET based drive in the preamp section, which it has.
Yeah, but who cares when it sounds like that?
But yeah, and people kick up about this. But if you put a pedal in front of an amplifier, that's exactly what you're doing. Or if you go and buy a Dumble, that's what the Dumble did. That's what Dumble did. And people, it's just bloody guitar players. I think it's a brilliant sounding amp. That.
You know, when I'm on the channel with you guys, unfortunately, my wife gets the blunt of these conversations. I think she knows more about pedals and guitars than most women. And I was telling him, like, this amp sounds plugged straight in, sounds like in other words, I don't have to put pedals in front of this thing to get the sound that I want, which I just think is cool. I mean, I love pedals too, but it's just there. And I put a reverb and I put a delay in the loop just to try the loop out. And I'll tell you what, when I kick the pedals on and off, I'm not hearing any raise in volume, lowering in volume. It sounds pretty transparent. I mean, as best as it can be. and I'm over the moon already crazy about it. So I can't wait for the cabinet to come in.
Oh, nice one. What cab have you bought?
I ordered the horizontal 212 cabinet.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of the vertical one. I've owned a couple of vertical Mojo tone cabs. I own vertical Victory cabinets in the past. And because I think we talked about this, I'm a little sensitive to the higher registers. I find that especially the angled vertical, it's blowing right at my face when I'm playing. And I tend to like the ones that are on the floor because my ears are off axis from the cabinet. Yeah. And it tends to be, it's just me, more enjoyable that way. So I ordered the horizontal because it's also a stereo cabinet, and it will fit a full-size head on top of it. And they're both the same price. So I figured, why not go for the one that's more, I guess, versatile, I guess you could say.
You get a 1936. Was it 1936?
It's supposed to be like a 1936 cab. Yeah, it's the same kind of dimensions, I'm assuming. It just has a different speaker in it. I think these have vintage 30s in it instead of
Jeez,
I know some people don't like vintage 30s, but I've heard good ones and I've heard bad ones. So I don't.
I think they're great. I love vintage 30s.
I'm no fan of GT75s. The stock white backed ones are horrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's what's in that 4x12. So what do I know?
I think GT75s are basically what Two Rock use.
Okay.
So that's the top end. I think, James, you find them a bit too clean. You find them a bit too high headroom.
I don't know. They always for distortion. They always sound fizzy.
Oh, okay.
That
would make sense.
I don't really understand why, but they do. Whereas vintage 30s or greenbacks
or creambacks sound good too.
I've got some redbacks as well in another cab, and they sound amazing too.
Circling back on the EQ thing, just to bring up what you were talking about in the past, I was listening in as I was getting in the house. The Paul Reed Smith, when you were talking about how it didn't have like a mojo to it or whatever, I was listening back to some stuff that when I had my Paul Reed Smiths, I had a bunch of them, and I want to say that I think the pickups EQing, they're so flat sounding to me that there's nothing that stands out in it. Do you know what I mean? Like you could get certain pickups from Gibson or, whatever, Pickett, Lawler, it doesn't matter. And they always have some kind of unique characteristic. I think I talked about it once before about the Marzios have this like compression thing that to me, it sounds cool. I think the Paul Reed Smith, a lot of the pickups are so EQ'd flat that like there's nothing that jumps out at you. There's no mid-range that jumps out at you or nothing. And I think we tend to go, what am I hearing? It sounds dead,
Yeah.
I know people
I've got the same pickups in my hollow body, and I love that. It just felt. I think it was just. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I wonder if it's the resonance of the guitar. The F holes, and because I could tell in that video. I know you saw my comment because I'm like, oh boy, you're gonna start a shitstorm here when you posted that video with the body woods.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh boy. I was like, here it goes in the comment.
Tone wood doesn't matter, right?
Right. So, but you could hear
Sorry, Vinnie, go on.
No, you could hear the difference. You could hear the low end coming out of the semi hollow. I mean, it's full sounding. Where the other one's tight and a little bit more sterile sounding to my ears.
I had a comment. The best comment on that was, why didn't you test this? Why didn't you test exactly the same guitar, not a hollow body and not a? And why weren't both guitars? It's just like that's the whole point of this. It's the fact that people don't believe that it makes a difference. It's just like people don't watch a video. They see the
they see a headline and they answer to the headline. They don't answer to the actual.
Wait till I do a video on picks.
Rafa in because we can as well, and he's not looking, which is even funnier. So I'm going to bring him in. Please welcome Rafa to the show as well.
That was unexpected. I was waiting for Vinnie to finish while I was.
I'm never finished. You know that.
I was just cleaning the humbucker that was it is a nickel one, so it had a bit of things. So using one of these
3M?
things, it does clean it. But that's not why I wanted to come in.
this cleaning thing you talk about, what's that again?
Yeah,
it takes away the mojo and the sound changes most likely. But
it's like, hi, I want to talk about abrasives. How are you?
Yes, abrasive. Please click on the link for.
Yeah, so I appreciate it's a very different world. But if you clean a violin, for example, where the standing waves inside the box will actually put the dust in a certain place. Like if you bow a cymbal or anything like that, you see the standing wave cell. If you clean a violin on the inside, you will wreck it.
Didn't Miles Davis not clean his teeth because he thought it affected the tone? Isn't that there might be a wives' tale.
That sounds pretty gross, but certainly my dad did it once. He cleaned his violin and he went, "Oh my God, I've ruined it. I've absolutely ruined it."
Oh wow. So what's this? What's
so
going
this
on?
is the guitar that keeps on giving and keeps on getting tortured, but at the price of admission, it might as well. So last time it was that green over the sunburst. I went on the journey. It's similar to one that Vinnie has, but just like for 10 times less money. So I had the acrylic paint over the poly finish, and we were discussing how relics are. So what I tried to do was to strip this. It caused me a world of hurt, and I probably inhaled more plastic than it's recommended for the average male.
Yeah,
but I got there.
Not females, though.
No, for females it's much higher because everyone knows that women have high tolerance for things. But today I'm here to sell you. No, I'm not selling you anything. Bob from Bolt Guitars told me that he's been in touch with you.
Yes, that's what that box is. That's what that box is right there.
So I ordered their finishing system. All right, that
take 2 bottles into the shower.
Two bottles. Use one, and then you set the second one for conditioning. And you get the James hair. It's also on an affiliate link on Amazon. We're here. We shouldn't be selling guitar stuff. It just be other products. But so the finishing system that they sell is £10,
right?
Which is a great price because if you go look at water-based stains, it's more than that. And this is like big bottles. And today, when I was doing this relic, I wanted some wood stain. So I went to the local shop that sells these. And this little jar of stain that if you actually use it on wood properly, it runs out very easily. It's $8.50. So this is $8.50 for a general stain, no finishing. And the color and the finish for £10. So it's a good deal. And you can add the abrasives, like the sandpaper, the 320 and up higher, directly. It's like, I think all in all, after shipping and everything, it's like a £20 pack. And they say it's a water-based, but I don't believe them because I was not able to sand everything perfectly, especially around here. And it still covered the poly finishes.
Wow.
So initially, it's very faint, and I thought it's just going to show through. But with enough passes, it did cover, and then everything was looking fine. And I was looking at it, I was like, I wonder how well these relics. And so I did it.
You did it again, and
it looks good.
Yeah.
Because it's relatively thin, it comes off easily. It doesn't flake like a nitro finish would, but it's thin enough that it sinks into the wood. It polishes relatively well with just a cloth and some T-cut for our car. And it's very easy to remove a little bit with, like, I used a chisel and a sanding, a chisel and a sanding chisel. What's it called? The thing?
File.
Scraper?
A file, that's the word. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
So here's one. I didn't know this was a thing until Paul and I went to the London Guitar Show that wasn't in London. We were talking to, who was the guy you bought that guitar from and then didn't?
Forgot now.
Small boutique builder. And he was saying the way he gets his finishes to do that whole kind of cracky, motley, agey thing is he'll do the finish, then he'll put it in the freezer.
Yeah, because it's with nitrocellulose, it's the temperature variations that make it crack.
Yeah, so he'll put it in the freezer for like a couple of days, then take it out, and it'll all have cracked and done that whole kind of lovely, motley, cracky thing. Sand it, to make the cracks
More
subtle.
prominent.
And then, I was like, that's genius. I hadn't even thought of anything like that, like temperature. And
So you
Could you
could just take our
imagine-
guitars and just leave them outside here in the UK while it's nice and
moment,
cold. And it's
probably
like
could.
free
You could,
relicing and aging.
You could use a hair dryer and compressed air upside down and freeze it that way too.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of tricks you could do with that. I tell you, I had a Murphy's Lab that I sold because it was one of the first era Murphy's Labs, and the cracks were so deep on it that the finish was falling off the guitar.
Oh,
Like
Wow.
literally, like sections of it was falling off. So I'm like, and the whole back of the neck was deep cracked in horizontal, like horizontal lines, which looked cool, but it looked like a section was going to fall right out.
Wow.
And
peel
if that would have fell out, I would have had to break all of it off or sand it because you couldn't play it. It's sharp, to your hand. So I just sold it, and they're expensive, man. They're super expensive. So
They're really expensive.
I was like, this is ridiculous.
really.
I heard they've since changed how they're doing it, and that's not happening as much anymore. But whatever.
Terrible.
I wanted to show you guys something. Have you guys tried one of these? Where's my little camera here?
No.
a Tusk Plectrum.
So I don't know if a lot of people know about it, but Tusk, they make the nuts for the guitars, right?
Yeah.
And they make guitar picks, and they come in different colors, and the different colors, believe it or not, have
Any second now, the USC marching band is going to come in.
Yeah, and they sound great, and they glide off the strings really good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if you get a chance, try them out. They're not too bad. This one's a little bit smaller than a Jazz 3 that I don't like about it.
Yeah.
It's a little too small. If it was a little bit bigger, it'd be better. And the other thing is it's only like a 1.4 millimeter, I think it is. Yeah, 1.4, which I think that if this was a 2, this would be like right on point, man. Like totally on point.
Nice.
Because I've been through a pick quest. I spent like probably hundreds of dollars on different picks from different companies, trying to find some that it was playing Red Bear for a while, and I really like those, but they're made out of some kind of like animal protein or something, some secret kind of whatever. I'll show you one of them.
I use these ones that are the cheapest thing you can find on Amazon. It's very thin and flimsy, but
The tone that you get off these is really, really good. The only thing is if you wash one of these and you leave them in your jeans and they go in the wash, it will disappear.
oh, well,
Really?
It'll disintegrate. It'll be gone.
Wow.
And they're not cheap.
So you know how people talk about picks and they use picks for certain reasons. I use these because I've got a million of them.
What is that?
They're basically Gibson mediums,
Oh,
but they're for when I worked for Avid.
oh, okay.
They were the 11 giveaway picks, and I've got a whole boatload of them. So that's what I use. That's how right I am.
I'm really surprised, especially a lot of acoustic people that play with picks. I was talking one time, and the guy's like, "Oh, I buy a pick for 25 cents," and you could hear the damn thing clacking against the strings back and forth. And I was thinking, if you're micing an acoustic instrument, the last thing you would want to do is hear that. Have that come
it
through.
gives rhythm to the performance. It gives
I
it-
guess. I don't know. But I've been on a quest, and like some of these companies will cut these for a right-hander or a left-hander. So their bevels on both sides, in other words, I'm trying to figure out how you would say it. They're cut
Different. Yeah, wow.
so that when you're playing with it on an angle, it glides across the string back and forth as you're playing, so it doesn't get hung up.
Oh,
Are you ready? Are you ready for the cheap plug? The only other picks I use.
Oh, I got one of them.
There
One
you
of
go.
those.
There we go. Highland Plectrum Company plug there.
Yeah, I ordered one after you guys did the video on it. It's actually really good. It's actually it's not bad.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, they're really
Very
good.
different. I mean, you don't want to be playing them on an acoustic without a pick guard or a Les Paul without a pick guard,
Ooh.
because you will start.
I
Yeah,
didn't even think of that.
you need to have good technique. It's true.
Using very much.
Yeah. Right. So, next question.
Yep.
We
Let's dive
we're starting to get through some stuff.
While we
gonna
look
go
for that, Sorry.
I'm going to go there because they were talking about stuff, and this is the next relevant
Johnny
thing.
says, I won lot 266 on the GH auction, the high-end Japanese Mimose Flying V. There's none of that confirm your bid, Mark.
Momose is a great Japanese brand. It's like fully handmade. It's from Divisor. They do loads of great guitars. There's a guy, Jim from Audiomo Music on YouTube. He has a few, and we've talked. They're really good. There's a really good scratch.
Great.
High quality, current Japanese guitars.
Nice.
He said there's none that confirm your bid, malarkey, is there? I don't understand. Got to be careful bidding on your phone, lol.
You do have to be careful bidding on your phone. As Paul and I know from being sat in a restaurant about 2 auctions ago, and I thought, oh, I haven't won it. Turns out I did win it.
Yeah. Lee says, I don't think I can choose between them.
Between the
and
HB, yeah.
Nice. Keith says, I've always run modded versions of the EB volume pedal. Otherwise, they are a tone suck. I settled on a through tone mod. Nice one.
Okay, go with that.
Hollywood says, I hear a lot of love for the Thornbacher. Is there a close equivalent from Seymour or DiMarzio or the Thornbacher that unique? The Thornbacher is quite unique, but if I was going for Seymour Duncan, go for Pearly Gates, something like that, I guess. Something that's really paffy.
59.
Huh?
59 is not bad either.
9.
Or even lower wines, a Seth Lover.
Oh, is that lower wind, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice one. There we go.
Oh, good shout.
Caesar's Revenge. Using pure nickel can work for the longer scale length guitars as well if you like the tone. There we go. Gene Kiko's. I switched to 9s about a year ago. Love them. A little harder to keep a Les Paul in tune, but plays so easy. It's worth it. A big tone. Nice. 8s. Oh, too thin for me.
I remember doing a job. I think it was Music Messer in Frankfurt several years ago now, because obviously it doesn't exist anymore. And Fender lent us some guitars, and they all turned up with 8s.
8s?
And it was like, brrr, string bends. It was like, yeah.
Doesn't Ingve use 8s?
Yeah, he uses like a calibrated set, like that he came up with himself, and he's got an 8 as the high E.
Oh, okay.
8 to 97 or something, like a bass string.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird. I think he tried to do a calibration thing back in the day. Before that was like a thing, like I'll put 9s on 25.5 scale, but I'll put 10s on 24 3/4, so I don't overbend.
Yeah,
out of pitch.
Makes sense.
Speaking of strings, sorry. Have you guys ever tried these? I'm going to try them now for the first time. These are like £10 on eBay for a pack of 3. Tiger strings. They're not even Roto Sound or Ernie Ball or anything. Like Tiger strings. If anyone has tried them and they're absolute garbage, please tell me.
Well, you'll know in about 3
know.
days.
Yes, exactly.
They
break immediately at the ball end.
I hear that there's a lot of fake. I mean, not that they'll be, because no one's heard of them. But
I have bought Ernie balls that like in a strange yellow when they came, and then they all broke at the ball end when I was trying to put them on.
There's a lot of fakeries about on Amazon. Mississippi says, "Evening, the Studio Rats and all. Why do YouTubers do gear reviews on gear you can't get? The Boss IR2 is a good example. Can you not get it? Is it not out yet? I guess what companies do is that they try and get the interest going.
Yeah,
that's happened loads. It's happened loads of times. Boss aren't normally like that, so I'd be surprised if you can't get hold of an IR2, or maybe most of the times when reviews go out, they're already in the shops.
Yeah,
and then on the release date, the reviews come out, and then you can buy them. Sometimes,
and often, they're gone by the time the reviews come out, because people get.
Well, yeah, but if it's a brand new product that hasn't been announced, and it gets announced on the day when the YouTubers do a release. I mean, there's a video coming out tomorrow that I mean, I'm doing it, Pete Thorne's doing it, John Cordy's doing it. There's some others as well doing it.
And it's the usual suspects.
Yes, pretty much, yes. But yeah, so Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that happens. Oh,
But certainly,
can we just say, Phil Hudgel, Phil, mate, if you're in the what do you call this? The waiting area.
Yeah.
Phil, can you stick your finger? Can you stick your finger up? Can you stick your thumb up if you want to come on? You do want to come on.
I'll leave for Phil to come. Thank you, everyone.
So, Phil, do you want to come on? Because you only need to be in the waiting room if you want to come on. If you don't want to come on, stick your thumb up if you want to come on. He doesn't want to come on. He does want to come on. He does want to come on. Okay, he wants to come on.
To left, to right, and he goes. He passes the thing.
Okay. So so we need to make some space.
Okay. Thank you so much as well.
Cheers, Rafa. Yeah, good to see you, mate. Right.
Let's add Phil into the mix.
Phil,
I'll show you that Fret King if you like that I was talking about.
Yes, mate. Yes, please do. Let's have a quick look at that.
It's out of the box. Because Raphael was going on about them, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Oh, what's that one? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? It's like a 359.
It's the John Etheridge one.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't know if you can see it properly on the.
and is that an endorsement from John Etheridge? Is that?
Yeah, it's got his name on the headstock. It's got Wilkinson pickups, and if you turn the tone control, it turns it into single coils.
Oh, nice.
It's interesting because it's got a nice, almost a gypsy jazz looking tailpiece.
Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. That's interesting.
The strings actually go through the back Telestar.
Come up a bit. There we
wow.
go.
Very
look
cool.
Oh,
And it's
that is-
nice sculpted round the neck bit there.
It's like a peer. Yeah, it's like a peer. Oh, that is nice, isn't it?
Hmm.
Are they expensive?
They're going for around $1,400 in the States at the moment.
Right.
I picked this one up, absolutely immaculate, in a case from a shop in Exeter online for £500.
Oh, nice.
But it's a bit smaller than the 335, so it's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a 359. 359, Vinnie.
339, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a lot down to there. I think it's all the way through.
Lovely.
But it's a nice. I don't know if the colours coming across, but it's a nice sort of orangey, dark ambery orange.
Yeah,
Lovely.
very nice, mate.
It's sharp looking.
They do make some nice guitars, though.
Hmm.
Yeah, ebony fingerboard as well. By the looks of things, nice.
I like the tailpiece on that. I think the tailpiece adds a touch of class to
It's
that.
really nice, isn't it? It looks really looks lovely.
Sort of shell binding all around.
Oh, look at that.
That's lovely. Got the guitar. Don't play it much, but it's a nice guitar.
Nice.
I find it a bit, after my music, man, it's a bit big, but you know, if I'm doing some jazzy stuff, it's fine. It's an in between because I've got some Selma, some gypsy jazz guitars, so I often play them. But this is a bit in between that and the Music Man.
Nice. Very nice.
But I know Raphael was interested in Fret King. He was pushing them the other week, wasn't he?
I'm going to see if I can get him in because
Yeah, I'll jump out, let you guys chat, man, and get, I know Raf's into those, so
Okay.
I'll watch the rest of the show. So I'll see you guys. Take it easy.
Nice to see you, Vinnie.
Yeah. Take care.
Take care, Phil.
I like your walk in the countryside the other day.
Thank
Drew.
you.
What's that, Phil?
I like your walk with the dog in the countryside the other day.
Oh, thanks, mate. Well, I thought, do you know what? It's funny you brought that up actually, because I keep forgetting to talk about it. What I'd like to do like a Ask Me Anything sort of segment, because I spend so long walking in the forest that it'd be nice. It'd be nice just to do that as a part of my week's work. Sort of go and just a little walk around and.
I love the fact though that let's face it, the obvious parallels were drawn with Tim Pierce. Whereas Tim Pierce is walking around in an open collar shirt and short sleeves in California sunshine, and you're done up to the nines in welly boots and a...
Oh,
I thought it was country file.
there we go.
Well, there we go.
You see, the guitar that I'm working on at the moment, is a Fret King as well, because things feel
Did
for.
you see mine, Raf?
Yeah, I saw. It's
Yeah.
really good, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's really good, isn't it? For
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice.
Oh, that sound like expensive chords, Phil.
Sorry, I can only play 3-string because my middle finger's gone with arthritis. I can't do a bar anymore. I just can't get that thump thing down. So I have to do a lot of these sort of Django type and power chords, of course.
That's all you need. As far as I'm concerned, that's all you need.
Absolutely. But to be honest, it was an enlightenment. I mean, all the years I played bar chords, thinking they were the be all and end all, and when I couldn't play them anymore, I was playing in a folk club actually, and I suddenly couldn't play the sort of D shape because I used to play that with a little finger doing the bass, and suddenly my middle finger just instead of hitting the second string, it was just wandering.
Oh.
So I had to sort of well, you can. The worst chord for me is an F. I just can't get because I can't get my thumb across the top either. So.
Oh, I never.
But I'm getting old, see. So you've got a few years on me yet.
I never think you have to worry about the bass strings anyway. And I think we were talking about this the other week.
We were.
It's dipped. It can't see me. There it is. Is it going to find me? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, with an F, I just play an F like that anyway. I never put the thing that I can't put my thumb over.
Yeah, well, I sort of do that, yeah. But or up here. But I can't do. I mean, I used to do this. I could do that. I was so quick at getting into that shape, which a lot of people struggle with when they're beginners.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't get into it now.
Right.
So I just have to plunk around doing what I can, you know.
Yeah. Well, power. All you need is power chords. That's what I think.
Well, I ended up playing more lead more there than with backing stuff. So it's the way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, let's keep powering on for some of these questions. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night, and there's not a problem with that. But Raf's gone.
Nice one. I tell you what we'll do, Phil. Are you all right if we let you go and then we'll because it takes up a bit of bandwidth and stuff. So
yeah, sure. Nice to chat.
No, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. So we'll just close you down, but you can still watch the show from where you are. All good?
Yeah, I was late joining tonight, but so I'll play the first back of a bit of a show back later on. But nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Phil. You take care, mate. See you soon.
Yeah.
Right, where are we?
We are there. Boom.
Phil's studio said, good afternoon from Newbury Park, California. What do you guys think of the Fender Tone Master pedal board? We haven't tried one, have we?
I reached out to Fender and nothing.
They don't like us.
So Max, if you're watching, which you're clearly not.
It's unbelievable. The amount of videos that I've done for Fender, absolutely nothing. Not a sausage from them. Anyway.
Anywho.
Dan Tucker, Paul, have you tried using Tonex inside the effects loop of the katana yet? I would love to see how that would work. No, I haven't tried that, to be honest.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. I don't really. I mean, I think it'd be good for people that like using amps, but I would rather use it within ears if I'm sort of going out live.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't really have a need for that, but I'm sure loads of people would. Dan. Yeah.
I'm going to skip through the ones where they're chatting amongst themselves because they are.
Yeah. Hollywood says, I saw Steve Cassidy's review the Jet, and he showed the profile to be almost like the old US Fender standard. Oh, nice one.
Very nice.
Check out that. Dave says, hi, fellas. I bought the Headrush gig board for used less than half off to use my katana at 100, but I have to return it. One of the foot switches malfunctioning.
That's poor, isn't it?
I'm not.
That's poor.
Ilmaras, he says, good evening, guys. How's it going? All good, mate. How are you?
It's definitely going.
Jeff, the Bella is the best amp that I've ever played. Not nice, referred to the fact it hurt the other amps, feeling because it's so much better than them. Nice. And it says, how much did you pay for that hollow body? At least give me a ballpark. I paid about £3,000, I think. 3-1 maybe. Something like that. I can't remember.
Nice. Now, I'm frustrated because I want to share a screen. Oh, but I can't do it because I'm inside. I'm in.
Okay, let's do the news.
Not
If I do the news while you try and sort that out, yeah?
Yeah, you do the news.
Okay, let me.
We're there.
God, hold on. It has load. Hold on, they're just loading up.
We're loading.
Okay, let me just come back and let me do that. Give me 2 seconds.
Are you going and coming, or are you coming and going? Oh,
There we
there
go.
we go.
Right.
Ah, awesome.
Start from. Hold on, why isn't this one? Okay, so first thing, I don't know if this is a joke or not, but it says here,
Mm-hmm.
James Hetfield owns 5 bursts,
Wow.
and
I mean, it
He's-
wouldn't overly shock.
and he carved that into the back of a burst.
That would shock me.
But he owns 5.
Well,
But-
you know, it's not like he's short on a buck or two, is he?
Wow. No, I guess not. And I guess maybe investments and
Yeah.
stuff. 5. And why would you do that to? Oh, that is shocking. Anyway, Manson Guitar Works have got a cheaper UK built model out. I quite like these. The only thing that I hate about it is the jack socket.
That's a bit wrong, isn't it?
It's wrong, but I think they look good. Apart from that, if that was in the end, that'd be great. And you know, so Manson is a guitar shop based down in, is it Devon?
Exeter.
Yeah, Exeter.
Yeah.
They make guitars for
Well, Matt Bellamy.
Matt Bellamy. Who's the guy out of Skindred?
I don't know.
Yeah, so they make some sort of custom guitars, normally quite expensive. These are £1,400. If that, no, I tell you what, if the jack was in there, I'd consider one of these. Anyway, Soldano brought out the Astro 20.
Now, this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think this is a new amp.
Well, so I used to have an Astro Verb.
Right.
But this is different. So I've looked at this. This is
Right.
different. I don't know why they just called it, and I don't know why they didn't call it something different, as not to confuse.
Right.
But this has got IRs built into it and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, to be honest. It's quite expensive. I think I'd still prefer a different amp. I think the Rev amp with all the IRs that are built in the new one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched the Pete Thorne demo of this thing and went, yes, please.
But again, you know, Pete Thorne could
play his way through for a biscuit tin and it would still sound incredible.
Yeah, it would still sound good, wouldn't it? Yeah, nice. Right, going from nice to what the.
Not even I like that.
That is all sorts of shades of wrong. So this is a new Lizzie Hale. So Lizzie Hale she's got an Epiphone, isn't she? Or is it a Gibson?
Yeah.
And obviously Kramer's owned by Gibson. So what they're trying to do, it does feel like they're trying to give their artists, you know, they're trying to sort of make as much money out of their artists by giving them a Gibson and a Kramer. And I don't really agree with it. And I think that looks absolutely shite.
It's not my favourite.
No, that is hideous. I mean, that is like, I get it. I get it if she did one gig with it. I get it. As you know, if she did like some award ceremony with it, I get it. But that's not a guitar that people are going to go and buy and go, you know, that's the guitar they're going to take out. It's just weird. Alex Lifeson has got an amp range.
Right. Okay. Again, I didn't think that was. Oh, I didn't think that was news because he was with.
He was with Hughes and Kettner, wasn't he?
Yeah, forever. I need to go out and come back, otherwise I won't be able to do this. 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so so Alex Lyson's released these amps with who makes them? Mojo Tone. So I think it's his brand, but he's doing it with Mojo Tone. And they are the combo is $2,000, $2,000, and the head is $1,695. But I think that looks quite cool. So there's that.
Hello?
Fender have brought out a Strat. I don't know why this is news. I think again it's just Fender trying to make some money out of every sort of anniversary they'll try and.
All right.
You about?
It's working now. It's working.
Great.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fender brought out a Strat, James.
Really? Who knew?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a bit dull, isn't it? $2,500 for a Strat.
So I was recording today, and I dug the Strat out first because this particular track I wrote on a Strat years and years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
And I played it on the Strat, and I went, "That's right. I wonder how it'll sound on the telly." And I played it on the telly, and all of a sudden I went, "No, that's a Strat track."
Okay.
You know how sometimes,
yeah,
it just didn't sound right on the telly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Fender have done a Strat. It's called a Strat.
Yeah, it's on a Strat. Yeah, it's the 70th anniversary, but in another 10 years or maybe 5 years, they'll do the 75th anniversary. That's the way of selling Strats. And again, all sort of shades of no. I can't even look at it. I can't even look at that. I'm back.
Okay.
I can't even look at it. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you got around to watching it. I haven't watched it all yet, but did you watch when Lee and Danish Pete went to the Gibson Garage or the Gibson Garage in Nashville? Basically,
No.
their high-end experience retail store.
Right.
It looks really cool. If we ever do,
is that the one where they go around on a conveyor? Yeah. Yes. No, I've seen.
If we ever get to do Summer NAMM, we should go. Let's just need to sort this out. That's just wrong. That's wrong. That's better. Karma is restored. It's like saying deck and ant.
It's got to be first, isn't it? It's got to be first.
Yeah. So we were talking about the auctions earlier, and I want to first of all go across a couple of things that I want to say. Oh my god! If I had some money, I wish. And then I'll show you what I bought.
Go on then.
Right, here you go. So I can't believe that this went for 1,900 quid. Now, bear in mind that's 1,900 quid plus tax, which is VAT effectively.
What is it? Yeah. What? I just come up because I want to see.
It's a 1975 335.
1,900 quid. That's a good price for that.
Very good price.
Okay.
And I should have had that. This is the one I should have had.
How much did that go for?
It went for $2,000.
$2,000.
I wish I'd had that.
I wish I'd known. I'd have given $2,000 for that. Great.
Yeah. So there clearly are deals to be had still.
Yeah.
This one I couldn't believe it. $1,250 for a gold top with P90s.
No, that's not so good.
No,
it's not a custom shop, is it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
But still,
classic. No, mate. No, that's fine.
No, okay.
Yep.
There was a whole of other stuff I looked at and various things that just went. Either I decided it wasn't worth it. Like the Vibrolux would have been great, but it went way too high.
Okay.
The
Randy Rhodes, what did that go for?
Randy Rhodes went for 2003.
Still good. Still pretty
Well,
good.
yeah, it's good, but a lot of dough. However, let's have a look at what I won. Let's have a look at what you could have won. This I thought was an absolute steal. It's a Fender Supersonic.
Right. Yeah. Why is it still?
They at the moment are a new. They are 1,300 quid. They're
1150.
Yeah, but I got it for 420
plus taxes.
Yeah, but bear in mind I'm VAT registered, so that kind of.
I've looked around the back. Can I have a look around the back?
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think that's such a. I think you paid the going rate for it. Let's add some love, mate.
Yeah, it's in some action, but I'd rather it be worn in.
What are they? Why is that taped up?
It's clearly because they don't want to put their speaker in the wrong hole. That's what I'm assuming.
Where's the handle?
It hasn't got a handle. There was a whole load of stuff where the handle had been removed. It clearly hasn't been pulled out. It's been removed. It's really bizarre. There was a whole raft of amps with removed handles.
Why?
No idea.
Unless it was in a rack.
Possibly.
Okay.
So, got that one?
Okay, an OD9, right? Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Good usable pedal. This is the one I want. I didn't actually want it for the splitter. I wanted it for the DI box because those BSS Brooks Siren Systems DI boxes are worth a lot because they're really good. And I got it for 70 quid.
Nice.
But that's the one I'm pleased with.
Yeah, that's cool. Hold on. Can I see what's wrong with the button on the front? Oh no, it's not. It's fine.
It's fine.
You're not knackered. Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
The important bit, 180 quid.
That's great. I think that's a lot of fun for 180 quid.
Yes. Yeah. They're brilliant. They're just a really, really good unit. Really good unit. Lots of fun and very studio happy, very, very user friendly. Great.
Yes. Yeah, I should tour with the JMP ones. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
In tomorrow's day 2 of the auctions.
Yeah.
Or actually technically day 3 because it started yesterday.
Oh, right.
Guitars. That's why I missed it. I was busy yesterday.
Right.
There's quite a bit of good stuff, but the thing I want.
Yes, that's what you want.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Again, it's seen some action.
The only thing about the MP1s and the MP2s actually is those little push, the little push. They really do wear out, and that thing now is 30, 40 years old.
Yeah, scary, isn't it?
I love the MP1. That's the Nuno Betancourt sound.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's so good. Loads of crunch on it. It's fantastic.
It's the reason to get that box, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm after that tomorrow. There's a few other bits and pieces. Nothing that's particularly guitar centric or guitar friendly. Okay. But I thought I did all right today.
Yeah, no, that MP1's great.
And I think that'll be great for captures because it does some other stuff. That pedal show have said it's a sleeper amp.
Well, it looks like that's been sleeping rough, mate.
Very good. You're proud of that, aren't you?
I quite like that, yeah. I'm not so sure about that. I'm not sure. I mean, it's okay, but we'll see. We'll see how
it sounds. That's important.
I think that's a whole world of hurt down the repair shop.
Well, let's see how we go.
Okay.
Right, let's get back into it. I'm just trying to find where we got to. Must be about.
Do you want me to find it?
There. Boom. So,
no, Steve, no, you've missed out a load, mate.
Have I? Okay. Right.
Come there.
Right, yeah, go.
Keith says, no, we've got to go back up, mate. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you're way out.
Oh my God.
So we're there. We did that one.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. It looks to me like the jet neck is closer to the USA fender than the player is, which I didn't expect at all, said Steve.
Cool. Good. We like that.
We've done that one. Hollywood, they feel the same, but I'm no expert at that sort of thing. I've taken them both to Mr. D and he can compare them. I'll give them a go.
Okie dokie. They're chatting amongst themselves again.
Actually, maybe we could do that.
Yeah.
Al says, enjoyed the Revolver 5 vid, James. I need to give this a look.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? A lot of people have watched that video, but the software's not had a lot of love. Paul's staying very quiet at that point, which is
Elmer says, have you guys tried Hotone and Piro? I bought one on a whim. I'm quite annoyed that after collecting gear 15 years and having all of this intricate tube amp set up with reactive load, etc. The Ampero, is that the little one?
Yeah.
Leave the little one.
And
Awesome.
he says,
I've got a comparable sound in 10 minutes. Nice one. Glad you liked it.
scary, isn't it?
Good, yeah. Andy Drudy says, the thing about the IO2 is that boss pedals usually go in front of the amp. How does this pedal work in the input? So you've got different settings. You can go into the software and you can set it so it goes in an effects loop in the front of an amp or into a PA or into a recording console.
Cool.
Joe Alberto says, greetings from West Texas. Greetings, my friend. Pink Animals. Evening Rats. I asked this in some other place, but anyway, a question to Paul. Could you please review Mixwave Milkman Creamer plugin? I think it may be a revelation amp sim, especially for strats. I'm starting to find that amp sim videos don't do that well on the channel.
They don't. The last two have not done great.
I think
Maybe
people
we'll put them on the other channel.
Yeah.
Where there's nothing to be lost, is there?
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
All right, I'll have a look at that.
Nice.
You might have to put up some more of my guitar playing.
Well, that's not a bad thing at all. Jeff Cook says, Keith, the Bella overdrives nicely without pedals too, but I use it mostly clean. Sean and Andy were actually the deciding factors when it comes to buying it online and untried. There we go.
Let's organise themselves now for a bit.
In between themselves.
Let's go there. Boom.
Ilmarus says Creamback M65s are where it's at these days. Nice.
What did I put creambacks in?
I got creambacks in my Amplified Nation cab.
They're in my Katana cab. My 2x12.
Nice.
Yes.
Evan, Tone Schmutz. Tone Schmutz. That's good. That's a good name for a channel, that.
Isn't it?
Welcome to QVC.
That's when we start.
Even from Breckensham, says Phil. We just had Phil on. So.
Does QVC still exist?
I don't know. Michael says, good evening from the Netherlands. Evening, Michael. Evan says, beef jerky pics. Beef jerky pics. Oh, Clayton, one mil shields are the business. Ooh.
Yep. Everyone's got their favourite, haven't they?
Michael says, got a boss expression pedal into an RE20 Space Echo. Weird stuff. Hendrix meets Hawkwind. Awesome.
Nice.
I hear those tiger strings roar. Very good.
There we go. Well done.
There we go. David says, I played nines my whole life. I recently switched from Ernie Balls to String Joy. Then nines are 9, 12, 15, 24, 32, 42. Really helpful in my Gibsons. Nice. I hear good things about String Joy.
Yeah.
Michael Vondenhoff, be a bit careful with names like Tiger Dragon Turbo. You get the idea.
Yeah. You know who imports String Joy to the UK, don't you?
Your mate.
Yep.
Greetings from Cloudy, Portugal. How about a video on guitar strings? The best or the worst and the fakes? Yeah.
Could be interesting, couldn't it?
I have done some guitar string videos.
Yeah, an expensive video to make.
Yeah. I've done guitar string videos. They're just, I've even got one in the that's edited.
It's quite dry, isn't it? That's the thing.
It's boring. it's boring because it's subtle. It's so subtle, and it's even more subtle over YouTube.
Yeah.
David Brose, that's not his thumb.
Do you remember the video we did on the eye boxes? God, dear. That was dry. That was dry.
Never again. Joe Marshall says, you guys need to audition folk before they come on the stream.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah, we sort of don't mind. The people are welcome. As long as they don't expose themselves.
Well, unless it boosts the ratings.
Yeah. Michael says, Rafa made me think of the young ones screwing the guitar to the table.
Hey, Neil, how's he floating, man? Max says he's here in both Facebook and YouTube land, which is impressive.
There we go. Don't take my name in vain. I didn't know you did.
Not that Max. A different Max who works with Fender. The one in the video.
Michael Parking Bum. He says Tonex on Fartbook Marketplace for 265. Nice.
Not bad at all.
Quiet chat tonight. Is it? Is it quiet chat? I don't think it's that quiet. Craig Flowers music. I'm loud. Nice. Can I compete louder? There we go. Yeah, MRS, that's certainly below the going rate. I'm guessing of Tonex. I'm guessing. No handles, so they'll stack. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe. It looks like there's a lot of things stacked on it. Maybe a couple of cows and a pig or something.
It does say on the thing it could do with a clean. But how many amps have I bought from the auctions that definitely could do with a clean? Quite a few. Well, we'll find out.
Michael says no handles and amps, so they could be grabbed from the auction house. So they can't be grabbed from the auction house. MRS will turn out one of the best amps ever. Supersonics are great for mid-gain stuff. Tape pedals great and are very serviceable. They are. Yeah, they're very good.
We like that.
Do you have a tab for the Brown Cliffs of Scunthorpe?
Yeah, I love the fact you've basically gone right. I've learned these 2 bars for this video. I've now learned these 4 bars for this video.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. No, I just went. I really like the intro. I really like the bum. I like that first bit, and then I go. Well, then it just gets into a bit of nonsense for a little bit, and then I like the next bit. It's good. I don't like the main song, but I love that intro.
I think the guy can do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah, he can't. He's brilliant.
Other than his singing.
Yeah. You mentioned Spinal Tap last week, and I've never seen it, but watched the full movie on YouTube. Was hoping to see multi-PU-EBMM, but not on film. EBMM.
Not sure what that means.
I don't know.
They're making Spinal Tap 2, aren't they?
Ernie Ball Music Man's.
Yes.
Most of the Ernie Ball Music Man's, but not on film. Any of this. Yes, they are making a new one. Yeah.
Spinal Tap 2 is going to be amazing. Because they're even more ridiculous now than they were then.
Yeah, it'd be good. Max says, rat-tastic make the best damn strings. Been using them for 25 years. Never heard of them.
No.
John says, evening. Well, have you tried the Line 6 HX Stomp? Just picks one up. And the 3.7 update is great. Really nice JCM 800 right now. Amazing for the money. And you've got Helix native plugin for 40 quid. Happy days. Nice one. Yes, I bought a Stomp. Used it for a couple of hours, sent it back. I mean that other people don't get great stuff out of it. People do. I've read that people are having issues with used Tonex license going to the original owner. Don't really know if it's true. Oh, don't know.
Licensing is always the most difficult thing with any software, hardware thing. It's challenging.
Daniel says, Film at Night is a big Fender Supersonic fan. Yes.
Cool.
It is. David Brose, you can transfer the licenses from the Tonex portal. Oh, there we go. Nice one. Says that was Keith, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Guys, have you had any experience with Godin guitars? I have some available, but not a lot of money, and thinking of selling my American Strat, but I do want something Stratty. Godin got in contact for me to review some guitars, and then went absolutely dead. So I don't know what's happened.
Maybe the marketing department's email has vanished.
Maybe. Michael Parkinbum. He says, "What tuning is Tears in Heaven in?" No, it's in.
Oh dear! Oh no! Oh, I'd say too soon, but
I don't like that. No, I don't. Max Hodges, yeah, you have heard of them if you worked with orchestral strings. Oh, okay.
okay.
I used to be a Godin dealer, says Max.
I've played some Godins and thought they were great. The acousticy electroacoustics always sounded great. Yeah, it's
Sauce.
Right. I think we're done. We're there. We're
90
minutes in. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you to our guests. All three of them tonight. Been fantastic. We're back next week with more of the same, and I'll be able to show some auction purchases by then. So yeah, all is exciting. All to play for tomorrow, as they say. Have a great week, everyone. Take care. Keep playing. Keep making loads of noise, and we will see you this time next week. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Cheers, guys.